stop.
Put your hands out the window!
Felony traffic stop, 1836.
Put your hands out the window! Put your hands out the window!
How many occupants?
All units 1013, 804, 803, felony stop. 18 Windsor, 1 East
Put your
Windsor.
hands out the window! Start the vehicle off! Put your hands out the window!
Come around your side.
Put your hands! How many occupants are in your vehicle? Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door. Get out of the car. Open the door slowly and get out.
Get out of the car now!
Open the door and get out the car.
Hold still. Hold. Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window. Get out of the car now.
Get out of the car.
Now! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car now! Yo, what? Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I learned to obey. Get out of the car.
What's going on?
Get out of the car now.
What's going on?
What's going on is you're fixing to ride the lightning, son. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Sir, just get out the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you should be. Get out.
What's
Get out.
on?
Get out the car.
Get out
I
now.
have not committed any crime.
You've been stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating. At this point right now, you're under arrest
For a
for,
traffic-
you're being detained, okay? You're being detained for obstruction of justice.
Traffic violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told
Really?
me why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get your
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
hands off me.
Get out of the-
Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Hands off me.
It's not a
Get your hands
problem.
off me.
Back up.
I didn't do anything. Don't do that.
Sir.
Get out of the car now.
Hey, sir.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, look, I'm trying to talk
Get out.
to you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna
talk.
call-
Get out.
Just get out of
Relax.
my car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
Please relax.
Get out of the car right now.
This
Now.
is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country, and this is how you're gonna treat me.
Back up, Daniel.
I didn't do anything.
Back up.
Whoa, hold on.
Daniel.
What's going? Hold on. You out there?
Get out of the car. Get out of the car now.
That's fucked up.
Get out of the car now.
Sir, just get out the car.
I'm trying to breathe.
Get out of the car now.
Fucked up. I'm really fucked up.
Yeah, get out of the car and get on the ground now. You're gonna get it again.
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
Can you please?
Get out of the car now. Listen, take off your seatbelt and get out of the car.
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna do what you're told. Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the. Take your seatbelt off.
Look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
My hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please, look. This is really messed up. My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist? Corporal, what are you?
now. I'm a lieutenant.
Lieutenant, get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. You made this way more difficult than it had to be. You just complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car. Straight onto the ground. Straight onto the ground.
Ma'am.
Is your commanding officer available?
Down. Let's go.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
Get on the ground. Get on the
Can you
ground.
please talk to
Get
me
on the
about
ground
what's going
now.
on?
Get on the ground and get sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on the
going on?
ground. Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this?
Because you're
Why?
not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this? It's really messed up. This is really messed up. Sorry, well, just this is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up. This is fucked up.
My conscience won't let me go shoot my brother or some darker people or some poor hungry people in the mud for big powerful America and shoot them for what? They never called me nigger. They never lynched me. They never put no dogs on me. They never robbed me of my nationality, raped and killed my mother and father. What I'm going to shoot them for what? How am I going to shoot them? Them little poor little black people, little babies and children and women. How can I shoot them poor people? Just take me to jail.
Everything hangs out with its own. White people, culture's different from black people. Puerto Ricans and Indonesians cannot integrate. Egyptians and Germans cannot integrate. Australians and Mexicans cannot integrate. They have different foods, they have different music, different cultures. See, you white and I'm black. If white people have a party tonight and black people have a party, the party will be 100% different. The music, I go in a white restaurant, we integrate today, right? You go in a white restaurant, you gotta look all day on the jukebox to find some music.
No. At our party, we'll have Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder,
Let me tell you now, if I go play a jukebox in a white restaurant, anybody black Italian here, you got to look all over that box for some black music. Hank Snow, Johnny Cash, all kind of names I ain't never heard of. You know, when that train comes around that mountain, when that train comes, and that truck flying there. So what I'm saying is, ain't nothing with that music, but that fits the white culture. You go in our joints, oh baby, don't leave. Oh, I cried all night. Who's that running out of my back door, honey? Oh, but see, those are our problems. Then I go to Chinese restaurant, pling, ting, tang, tong, tong, ting. So we can't integrate. Yeah. We ain't gonna never have no peace. The culture, the nature's different. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. I don't hate you. We can eat in your restaurant. We want to marry your women. We got your women now. It ain't nothing we can't do today. But these things the dog got. I see dogs on television eating out of the same plate with white people. I see dogs in the buses, and they do everything with the dogs. So I ain't getting nothing the dog ain't got. So really, ain't nothing in this integration. I need some land. I need some jobs. My people need jobs. We need something so we can build and do for ourselves, and we must have some land. 40 million people. You know, it's a lot of Negroes just in New York, in Cleveland, Baltimore, Washington, California. It's a lot of black. Ooh, that's a whole nation. 40 million, man. They don't tell you the truth about that. They want us to stop having babies. They give them birth control. They're paying black women not to have babies. It's 40 million, not 20 million? Yeah, they're paying black women not to have babies now. They got all kind of plans to stop our race.
Well, everyone,
so when we know all of this,
getting into birth
so
control,
now a man with my knowledge, what can you tell a man like me now? What's your suggestion? That's your question. Okay, you talking to me, not a dumb Negro or pork chop eater, don't know the truth. I'm free now. I woke up. Now, what are you gonna tell me now? I done gave you my solution, some land of my own, doing something for myself like you, England, and America do. Now, I know you're not against the black man. I know you're not against me having my land, are you? I know you English and ruled and slaved forever for a long time. But do you still today don't want me to have my own country and build for myself and govern myself? Would you think that's bad if we thought like that? What's your solution to my problem? 1974, you all just, white man just flew from New York to England in an hour, less than 2 hours. You all are so progressive. You're walking around on other planets. Now, today, I'm intelligent too now. What's your suggestion? What should be my movement? Integrate?
Now what we need to do is we need to keep everything in our neighborhood, everything, black. Black owned with black money. Just like the Jews, the Italians, the Mexicans, and the Koreans do. Jews, the Italians, the Mexicans, and the Koreans do.
Ain't nobody from outside bringing down the property value. It's these folks shooting each other and selling that crack rock and shit.
Well, how you think the crack rock gets into the country? We don't own any planes. We don't own no ships.
Yeah, equal rights in a mixed society.
In this society where you still own the government, you still own the train station, the railroad plant, the lecture plant, these television cameras, you still make all the food, you control everything, and I'm like a leech on a dog's back. All I can do is just wait for you. I can't do nothing for myself. Integrating it in your society don't mean I'm doing nothing for myself. You doing it all. I want to do something for myself. I'm tired of depending on you. You might get broke one day. Your stores might close. Your gas pumps might cut off again. I'm relying on you now. Can I have my own land and country? Then we leave then. We leave.
But they'd miss you.
I know it.
So I'm going to be reading from the King James Bible. All right. And we see what happened to that lieutenant, Afro-Latino, modern terms. But you see, there's no respect, whether you served in the military, whether, you haven't served. Why all the blatant disrespect? Okay, go to Deuteronomy chapter 4. Beware of idolatry. Okay, right here, verse 15. Take careful heed to yourselves, for you saw no form when the Most High spoke to you at Horeb out of the midst of the fire, lest you act corruptly and make for yourselves a carved image in the form of any figure. And I repeat, form of any figure. The likeness of male or female, the likeness of any beast that is on the earth, and the likeness of any winged bird that flies in the air. Okay. Let's see. Verse 19. Take heed lest you lift your eyes to heaven, and when you see the sun, the moon, and the stars, all the host of heaven, because the Most High is the Lord or the Elohim of the host. Okay. You feel driven to worship them and serve them, which the Most High, your God, has given to all the peoples under the whole heaven as a heritage. Verse 20. But the Most High has taken you and brought you out of the iron furnace, out of Egypt, to be his people, his heritage, as you are this day. So is that the world, or is it a specific group of people based on the context of the scripture, which I'm reading to you right now? Because everyone thinks this is a religion and the whole world is invited. But there are people who are born of this covenant and this lineage, this bloodline, seed line. And they haven't disappeared. They're still here to this day. Okay?
My people. When they first appeared, there might be trouble. My father sent me away with this man. Casey. Lieutenant, his father was more than the president. He was the tribal king. That makes him the heir to the Igbo nation. He was the tribal king. That makes him the heir to the Igbo nation. It's a bloodline they must cut. It's a bloodline they must cut. The Fulanis will comb heaven and earth to find him.
Let's see. Here we go right here. Verse 24. For the Most High, your God, is a consuming fire, a jealous God. So is there a God beside the Most High? Is there someone sitting on the right-hand side? Think about that. Verse 25. When you beget children and grandchildren and have grown old in the land, act corruptly and make a carved image in the form of anything, and do evil in the sight of the Most High, your God, to provoke him to anger. 26. I call heaven and earth to witness against you this day that you will soon early perish from the land which you cross over the Jordan to possess, and you will not prolong your days in it, but will be early destroyed. 27. And the Most High will scatter you among the peoples, and you will be left few in the number among the nations where the Most High will drive you. 28. And there you will serve God's lowercase g in the work of man's hands, Jesus Christ, the cross, wood and stone. For Islam is the Kabbalah stone, which either see nor hear nor eat nor smell. 29. But from there you will seek the Most High, your God, and you will find him.
Boys, the Lord didn't put you here to be shooting and killing each other. It's right there in the Bible. Exodus 20:13. Thou shalt not kill.
Grandpa, I ain't never killed nobody.
Oh, I doubt that. And Kevin, I've heard stories about you.
Sir, I don't think God really cared too much about us. Well, he wouldn't have put us here. I mean, look where we stay at. It's all fun. It's messed up around here.
You don't have any belief, boy. The Lord don't care about who's got the biggest house.
My grandpa was always coming at us with that religion. And every time, he would go in one ear and out the other.
See, that's what they don't want. They don't want us to find our Creator. They don't want us to find our God. They want us to worship their lower deities. If you will seek him with all your heart and with all your soul, renewance of the mind, you have to rethink, you have to unlearn a lot of this garbage that they have taught us in this society. Okay? When you are in distress, key word, when you are in distress and all the things come upon you in the latter days, when you turn to the Most High, your God, and obey his voice. Okay? It's that frequency. We have to obey. Kind of like what the officer was saying. If you just obey, but the brother wasn't doing anything wrong. I mean, you watch all these videos on YouTube and propaganda media. I mean, what you expect? You tell the man to put his hands up. You tell the man to get out the car. You do one false move or, whatever, and then you end up shooting the brother. So they tell him to do one thing and tell him to do another. Verse 21. For the Most High your God is a merciful God. He will not forsake you nor destroy you, nor forget the covenant of your fathers, which he swore to them. Okay. Verse 33. Did any people ever hear the voice of God speaking out of the midst of the fire, as you have heard and live? So there was one group of people, the Israelites, and there were strangers too, but it was Israelites. It wasn't Christians. It wasn't all these other different religious sects of people. It wasn't no Catholics or Mormons. It was the Israelites, okay? A people, a melanated, dark-skinned, swarthy, tawny, negroid people. Okay, 34. Or did God ever try to go and take for himself a nation in the midst of another nation by trials, by signs, by wonders, and by war, by a mighty hand and an outstretched arm, and by great terrors, according to all that the Most High your God did for you in Egypt before your eyes? So what group of people have ancestry in Egypt, Northern Africa, in those lands that lived in Egypt? What group of people? Is that the whole world? We got to think about this. 35. To you it was shown that you might know that the Most High himself is God, not Jesus. There is none other besides him. And this is in the Torah. You see that right here? To you it was shown that you might know that the Most High himself is God. There is none beside him. But in the New Testament, they talk about Jesus is the right-hand side of the Most High, sitting on the throne. It's contradictive. Okay? So we know through captivities and wars and migrations that the book was stolen and was, translated. It's even in the book of Josephus. Okay? The other nations were heavily into paganism and different deities and different gods, polytheism. That's what the Trinity is. The Father God, the Son God, all that is paganism. And, not paganism, but polytheism, okay? Because in the scriptures, he's telling you that there is none other beside him. So that's monotheism, one creator, one force. But yet what they do, and with the word wizardry, the word play, they're thinking that God came down as a man and he killed himself and then he rose up again. No, that's not the case. Okay. Let's see. Right here, a chosen people, Deuteronomy 7:6, above all peoples. And I'm not saying this. This is just what the word is saying itself. So, people get mad because you're telling what's written in this book. And it's not my interpretation. It's what the interpretation of the book is. Okay? It's not me. Verse 6. For you are a holy people to the Most High your God. And the Lord your God has chosen you to be a people for himself, a special treasure above all peoples on the face of the earth. Okay? I mean, come on. If we're thinking on a higher level of thought, wouldn't we want this for ourselves and our children and our grandchildren? We want them to have a sense of a real community, laws, heritage, customs, to better ourselves, to be productive people in our own society. A lot of this crap that you see on TV is detrimental to our souls and to our own. The hip hop, the rap, all that's just promoting anarchy, Luciferianism. Okay? The Most High said we are holy people. So we have to get this knowledge. We have to be like a new creature. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we all have made mistakes, but we have time while we're here to repent and come back to the Most High and his commandments and do what we need to do. Because you can give it up to Jesus all day, every day, but you're still doing the same things. And yes, that's hard. But our God is a God of knowledge and wisdom. And he's telling us that. So we have to think. We have to renew our minds. We have to think better. We have to eat better, And it's like once you come into the truth or the knowledge of certain things, you look at your people differently. You wonder. All right? Right here, Deuteronomy chapter 12, a prescribed place of worship. See, this life is like the Truman Show. Okay, it's like it's being scripted. A lot of us don't know our history, but we know a place of worship where someone has indoctrinated us to come and believe that God is always in this building. The Most High is everywhere, especially with his people. Okay, so how is he just in one building? There's a church on the corner right here. There's a church on the corner right there. And they're all talking about God, but yet they can't come together. Okay, even with these camps and everything else. But right here, these are the statutes and judgments which you shall be careful to observe in the land which the Elohim, your God of your fathers, is giving you to possess all the days that you live on the earth. You shall utterly destroy all the places where the nations which you shall dispossess serve their gods on the mountains and on the hills under every green tree. And you shall destroy their altars, break their sacred pillars, and burn their wooden images with fire. You shall cut down the carved images of their gods and destroy their names from that place. You shall not worship the Lord your God with such things. But you shall seek the place where the Lord your God chooses out of all your tribes to put his name for his inhabitation. And there you shall go. All right? So all this idolatry, all these crosses, all these images of white, or you can put black Jesus on there too. It's all idolatry. It has nothing to do with giving thanks to the Most High. Most people are just ignorant. They don't read the Old Testament or the Torah. They know that just because you have an image, a cross, or whatever, you know, it has no significant meaning. Remember, the Most High is a God of knowledge. So with knowledge, that means studying. Study that show thyself approved, rightly dividing the word of truth. For you won't get fooled, deceived. There's a lot of people out here that are deceiving people. And yes, I don't know everything, you know, but I do study. I learn from other brothers here and there, you know, that I watch on YouTube, and I study. I take notes. I buy books and I read. And I ask the Most High to lead my path and make me understand certain things in this life, elements. And like I said, I don't know everything. I'm humble enough to say that, you know. And I like learning from others as well and taking notes. That's what I do. Right here, Deuteronomy chapter 28. And I noted blessing and cursings, blessings and disobedience. So these were the blessings that the Most High will give us. And these are the curses the Most High will put on his people for disobeying and being into idolatry, into all this stuff that this country has put in our faces. Like he said in the movie, Furious, we're not the ones flying this stuff in here. We're not the ones bringing all this stuff in here. That's what you see on TV, but we're not the ones doing that. They don't want us to come together, and that's just facts. Okay? So, I mean, there's a lot of curses on here, but we'll start at 15. But it shall come to pass, if you do not obey the voice, that frequency.
I served those women no mercy. I couldn't tell the voice of God from the noise. I am the sinner.
Of the Most High your God, to observe carefully all his commandments and his statutes, which I command you today, that all these curses will come upon you and overtake you. I'm not going to read them all, but let's see, 30. You shall betroth a wife, but another man shall lie with her. You shall build a house, but you shall not dwell in it. You shall plant a vineyard, but shall not gather its grapes. And we know, based on the system here, how it's set up, that it is not, quote unquote, fair, because a lot of the policies and a lot of the deceitfulness, you know, that goes along with this country and the society. 32, your sons and your daughters shall be given to another people, and your eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all day long, and there shall be no strength in your hand. You can tie that with slavery, servitude, shit. Hell, you can even tie it to these damn jobs, at least the bad ones. You over here working most of your life, all your energy is going towards someone else's dream and vision, and you can't even think of stuff on your own because you're too busy going to work and sleeping all the time and making money for someone else. 33, a nation whom you have not known shall eat the fruit of your land and the produce, of your labor, and you shall be only oppressed and crushed continually. Didn't we just see that with that man on the video? Served the country. Reminds me of my grandfather. He served in World War II. He was in the Navy. He was in the ship. There was segregation. He couldn't fight. He was reduced to peeling potatoes. So, you know, you talk about this country and you talk about, everyone talks about equality. They want to talk about fairness. You know how much energy and the effort of so-called blacks or so-called African Americans have put to be equal with someone who doesn't view them the same. Why is that? And you know, it's 2021, and you have this fat slob of a cop treat this lieutenant like he's an animal, boy get on the ground over a traffic stop. When are we going to learn that these people don't give a damn about us? We got to give a damn about our own selves. We have the power. That's in our God. But at the same time, I'm tired of these videos. They're depressing. They make my spirit mad, and these people don't give a damn. And it took 4 or 5 months for them to release it, and they just get rid of the guy. The guy shouldn't even be on the police force. He's fat. He's overweight. He's a slob. He's a heathen. He's a goy. He ain't nothing. But yet, in his mind, he think he can treat people of color, which, they call them minorities, but we're not the minority. We're the majority. They lied about that too. We outnumber them. They just got the little guns and the little crap toys and whatnot. Weapons of mass destruction, my ass. They didn't find no weapons of mass destruction because all wars are about its natural resources. The bullies. Who's the bully? It's America. They're the bullies. They're the ones robbing and killing people and taking their natural resources. Think about that. But, it's sad. But, change will come. Divine intervention. Because people want to get back to normal. You think getting back to normal is what we just seen on television with that man? Nah, that's not normal. That's normal to them. That's what they want. They want a servitude. They want a slave. They want a slave class. Think about it. When you turn on ESPN, when you turn on all these talk shows, all they talk about is Negroes, so-called Negroes. They talk about the people of the seed line. Some of the biblical people. Not everyone's descendant from Israel, obviously, but still, they always talk about people of color. They're always making money off of so-called blacks. Why is that? You don't never hear them talk about people that look like them because no one's interested. And then everyone forms all these negative opinions and these negative stereotypes about black people. Oh, I like your hair. Oh, this. Oh, I want to, we're like the magical Negroes here in this country. It's a Truman Show. We're the last to know anything, especially the so-called black man. There's a hierarchy of certain things. But truth is being revealed in these, what they call the last days. I mean, we can feel it in the spirit, man. We can feel it. Most people are asleep. Most people don't want to believe it. They want to act like everything's hunky-dory and just, oh, we're going to get through this. We need to come together and blah, 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 this, that. No. Can't come together if you have different beliefs, different ideologies. Yes, it's not about the skin tone. But, hey, it's their system. They created this. I didn't. But peace and shalom.